Somewhere beyond the noise of the day, beyond the final thought before sleep, a quiet journey is about to begin. The midnight vessel waits patiently in the dark. Lanterns glow softly. You're welcome to rest here, to breathe slowly. Tonight, as the vessel drifts quietly forward, we'll begin a gentle journey through the universe. When we imagine space, we often picture chaos, explosions, movement, and constant activity. Films and stories frequently portray the universe as a place filled with noise and constant motion. In reality, space is almost completely silent. Sound needs a medium to travel. On Earth, sound moves as vibrations through the atmosphere, passing from one molecule to another. In space, however, there is no air. Between planets and stars lies a near-perfect vacuum, with almost no particles at all. Without particles to vibrate, sound cannot move forward. This means that even the most powerful events in the universe happen in silence. Supernova explosions, the collision of galaxies, and the birth of new stars all occur without sound, releasing immense energy that can never be heard. If a human were floating in open space, far from any planet or spacecraft, they would experience complete quiet. They would not hear nearby movement, distant stars, or the slow turning of galaxies. Even speaking would be impossible, because without air, a voice cannot travel beyond the mouth. This silence does not mean that nothing is happening. Objects in space are constantly moving. Planets orbit their stars, moons circle planets, and galaxies rotate slowly around their centers. The universe is active, but its activity unfolds quietly. One reason for this calm is the absence of friction. On Earth, air resistance and contact between objects create sound and heat. In space, with almost no resistance, motion continues smoothly and without interruption. As a result, changes occur gradually. Orbits remain stable for millions of years. Stars shine steadily for billions. Movement exists, but it is gentle and predictable. The quietness of space also affects how time feels. Without rapid change or sudden noise, events appear slower. Processes that would seem dramatic on Earth become calm when observed from a distance. As the vessel moves forward through the darkness, this silence surrounds us completely. It does not demand attention or understanding. It simply exists. And as we continue drifting onward, the universe remains quiet, not empty, not lifeless, but patiently unfolding in silence. As the silence continues around us, something else begins to travel through the darkness. Light. Even in the deepest silence of space, light is never still. It moves constantly, crossing enormous distances and carrying information from places far beyond our reach. Every star we see is sending light outward in all directions, traveling patiently through the universe. Light does not move instantly. It has a speed, the fastest speed known to nature, but even at that pace, the universe is vast. Light travels at about 300,000 kilometers per second, fast enough to circle Earth more than 7 times in a single second. Yet, when measured against cosmic distances, Even light moves slowly. Because of this, distance in space is measured not in kilometers, but in light years. A light year is the distance light travels in 1 year, nearly 10 trillion kilometers. Many of the stars above us lie hundreds, thousands, or even millions of light years away. This means that when we look at the night sky, we are not seeing things as they are now. We are seeing them as they were. The light from the nearest star beyond our sun takes more than 4 years to reach Earth. Some of the light entering our eyes tonight began its journey before modern civilization existed. Other light began traveling long before humans ever walked the planet. In this way, the universe allows us to look backward in time. Each star becomes a message from the past, quietly arriving after an unimaginably long journey. Some stars we see no longer exist. They burned brightly millions of years ago, then collapsed or exploded. Their light, however, continues onward long after the star itself has disappeared. What we see in the sky is not a snapshot of the present, but a layered record of history. Closer stars appear brighter and clearer, while more distant ones fade gently into the darkness, their light stretched thin by distance and time. As light travels, it can change. Gravity bends it, motion stretches it, expansion pulls it slowly toward redder wavelengths, a process known as redshift. Through these changes, scientists learn how fast galaxies are moving and how the universe itself is expanding. Yet to us, the light appears calm, steady, and constant. Stars seem fixed, but they are always moving. Our planet turns beneath them. Our solar system travels through the galaxy. The galaxy itself drifts through the universe. Still, the stars return night after night in familiar patterns, quietly illuminating the dark. As our vessel continues drifting forward, the stars around us slowly begin to form patterns, not lines we can touch, but structures stretching far beyond sight. We are traveling inside one of those structures now, our home galaxy, the Milky Way. From Earth, the Milky Way appears as a pale ribbon of light crossing the night sky. For thousands of years, people believed it was a cloud, a river, or a distant path of dust. In reality, that glow is made of billions of stars packed so closely together that their light blends into a soft white mist. The Milky Way is a spiral galaxy. It forms a vast rotating disk with curved arms extending from a bright central core. These arms are not solid structures, but regions where stars form more frequently. Our galaxy contains more than 100 billion stars. Some are small and cool, shining quietly for trillions of years. Others burn hot and bright, living fast and ending in powerful explosions. Between these stars lie immense clouds of gas and dust, the materials from which new stars are born. At the center of the Milky Way lies a supermassive black hole called Sagittarius A*. It holds the mass of millions of suns, yet the galaxy remains calm and stable, rotating gently around it. Our solar system lies far from the center, about 27,000 light-years away. Here, stars are spaced widely apart. Explosions are rare. It is a quiet neighborhood in a very large city. The Milky Way rotates slowly. One full orbit takes our solar system about 230 million years. Since Earth formed, it has completed fewer than 20 galactic rotations. Even now, as you listen, our entire solar system is moving through space at nearly 800,000 kilometers per hour, yet we feel nothing at all. The galaxy's motion is smooth and silent. Stars pass one another at enormous distances. Collisions are incredibly rare. Most of space remains empty, calm, and undisturbed. From within, the Milky Way does not feel crowded or chaotic. It feels spacious, open, patient. If we could view it from afar, we would see a glowing spiral suspended in darkness, a slow river of light turning steadily for billions of years. And as our vessel drifts onward, the Milky Way stretches gently around us, not as a destination, but as a reminder of how vast the universe truly is. As we move farther from home, the familiar glow of the Milky Way slowly fades behind us. The stars thin out, and darkness opens wider in every direction. Beyond the edge of our galaxy lies intergalactic space, a region so empty that light can travel for millions of years without encountering a single star. Here, distances become almost impossible to imagine. Between galaxies, space stretches in near silence, filled only with faint traces of gas and drifting particles. It is colder, darker, and calmer than anything found within a galaxy. Yet even in this emptiness, we are not alone. Just beyond the Milky Way lies our nearest large neighbor, the Andromeda Galaxy. It contains more than 1 trillion stars and spans over 200,000 light-years from end to end. From Earth, it appears as a faint smudge of light, barely visible on clear, moonless nights. The light from Andromeda takes about 2.5 million years to reach us. When we look toward it, we are seeing the galaxy as it existed long before humans learned to speak, before cities, and before recorded history. The Milky Way and Andromeda are slowly moving toward one another, drawn together by gravity. Their approach is gentle, unfolding over billions of years. In roughly 4 billion years, the two galaxies will begin to merge. Their stars will pass one another without collision, drifting like mist through mist, eventually forming a new and larger galaxy. From within, this event will appear calm and quiet, unfolding across hundreds of millions of years. Beyond Andromeda lie countless other galaxies. They gather in small families called galaxy groups, which themselves belong to massive galaxy clusters, some of the largest structures in the universe. Between these clusters stretch enormous cosmic voids, regions containing almost nothing at all. When viewed on the largest scale, the universe resembles a vast cosmic web, with filaments of galaxies tracing delicate threads through space. This structure formed slowly after the birth of the universe, shaped patiently by gravity over billions of years. From our quiet vessel, this immense network remains invisible. We see only darkness and distant lights, unaware of the vast architecture beyond our sight. As we drift farther outward, galaxies blur together, distances stretch, and motion slows until it nearly disappears. Here, time itself feels gentle and unhurried. There is no rush, no sound, no urgency. space, extending endlessly in all directions, moving forward at its own calm pace. As our vessel continues drifting through the dark, the universe around us begins to feel larger than ever before. The familiar sense of distance slowly fades, replaced by scales far beyond everyday understanding. On Earth, we measure distance in meters and kilometers. In space, even light years soon become too small to describe what lies ahead. The observable universe stretches nearly 93 billion light years from edge to edge. This does not mean the universe is only that size, but simply that light has had enough time to reach us from that distance since the beginning of time. Beyond that boundary may exist far more regions forever hidden from view, separated from us by the expansion of space itself. As the universe expands, galaxies are carried apart like points on the surface of a slowly inflating sphere. The farther away a galaxy lies, the faster it appears to move from us. This expansion is not an explosion moving outward into empty space. It is space itself stretching, gently increasing the distance between everything within it. There is no center, no edge, no preferred direction. Every point moves away from every other point at the same time. When we look deep into the universe, we are also looking far back in time. Light from the most distant galaxies began its journey shortly after the universe itself formed. These ancient photons have traveled for more than 13 billion years, slowly cooling and stretching as space expanded around them. Today, they reach us as the faint cosmic microwave background, a gentle afterglow of the universe's earliest moments. It is the quiet echo of creation still drifting through space. Within this immense scale, even galaxies seem small. Clusters of thousands of galaxies gather together, bound by gravity, while superclusters form vast walls and filaments across cosmic space. Between them lie voids so large that entire galaxy groups could pass through without encountering a single star. From one side of the observable universe to the other, matter arranges itself in patterns too large for the human mind to fully picture. And yet, despite this unimaginable size, the universe remains remarkably calm. There is no sudden movement, no violent acceleration, zero. Everything unfolds slowly, patiently, according to physical laws that rarely change. As we drift onward, the vessel passes no borders, no markers, no signs of an ending. Distance loses its meaning here. The universe does not reveal its full shape at once. It allows itself to be discovered only in fragments, over time, and perhaps that is why it feels so peaceful. Nothing demands to be understood all at once. Nothing insists on urgency, only expansion, continuing quietly in the background of existence. From this perspective, size becomes irrelevant. The largest structures and the smallest particles follow the same rules, bound together by gravity, energy, and time. The universe is vast, not to overwhelm, but to endure. And as our vessel glides gently through this endless scale, there is no need to reach the end, only to continue drifting. As the vessel drifts beyond the last familiar glow, the darkness begins to feel different. Not empty, but quietly organized, as if the universe has a shape that can't be seen all at once, only sensed in fragments like a coastline in the mist, revealed a little more with every slow mile. Out here, galaxies do not spread evenly like scattered dust. They gather in gentle patterns. They form long, delicate threads across space, and where those threads meet, they thicken into calm gatherings, clusters of galaxies moving together as if they've always known where to drift. Scientists call this immense pattern the cosmic web, a network of filaments and knots stretching across the observable universe. But tonight, you don't have to think of it as a diagram or a map. You can think of it as something softer, like an invisible tapestry suspended in silence, holding lights in place without ever touching them. The vessel glides alongside one of these filaments. From this distance, it doesn't look like a line. It looks like a faint mist of lanterns, scattered but not random, as if the darkness has gathered its own stars into a slow, patient design. Each small glow is a galaxy. Each galaxy holds billions of suns, and around many of those suns, quiet worlds are turning through long nights you will never see, still real, still moving, still held in the same gentle order. Between the filaments lie the voids, places so empty that even the idea of nearby begins to fade. A void can stretch for tens of millions of light years, where light can travel for ages without passing close to a single star. If the filament feels like a soft thread, the void feels like open ocean, deep, calm, and unbroken, with nothing to interrupt the darkness. And yet, even a void is not truly nothing. Here and there, a stray atom drifts alone. A thin trace of gas stretches wide and faint. A particle crosses the emptiness as if it has all the time in the universe, because it does. So little is here that your mind can stop searching for details. So little that it becomes restful. As the vessel passes the edge of one great emptiness, you can sense the web again, subtle but steady. The universe does not need loud walls to make structure. It uses gravity, quietly, shaping where matter collects over billions of years, guiding without speaking, like a slow current under dark water. And within that structure, there is a mystery one that never needs to feel heavy in your thoughts. Because when scientists measure how galaxies move, they find something they cannot see directly. There seems to be more weight in the universe than the stars and gas can explain. Something present, but invisible to light. They call it dark matter. Not a monster, not a threat, just a name for what remains unseen. Tonight, you don't have to solve it. You can let it exist as a quiet idea, an invisible scaffolding that helps the universe hold its shape, a hidden framework that guides the web without ever shining. The vessel continues forward, and somewhere far off, so far it feels like a thought rather than a place, a galaxy cluster drifts like a slow-moving city of light. Within it, galaxies circle each other over immense time. Some pass close enough to begin a long, gentle merging, arms stretching, shapes bending, as if two clouds are slowly blending in a still sky. No impact, you could hear. No sudden flash demanded by the moment. Just a patient rearranging that might take hundreds of millions of years to complete. From within such a dance, the change would not feel dramatic. It would feel like seasons that last for ages, like dawn that arrives too slowly to notice until, one day, the sky is different than it used to be. In the universe, even collisions can be calm when they happen at the pace of eternity, and this is what begins to settle over you as you listen. The idea that scale can be peaceful, that vastness does not have to overwhelm, that the universe can be enormous and still gentle, because almost everything it does slowly. The cosmic web stretches beyond the reach of imagination. It continues past what we can see, past what we can map, past what any mind could hold all at once. But you don't have to hold it. You only have to drift within it, one quiet moment at a time. As the vessel glides onward, the filaments and voids begin to feel less like places and more like a soft background, like the steady hush behind a lullaby. Your thoughts can do the same. They can loosen their grip, soften at the edges, and float in wider circles, returning gently instead of rushing. And now, with the web fading behind us like a quiet memory, something else becomes easier to notice. Not the shape of the universe, but the subtle presence that shapes it. The invisible guidance that curves paths, gathers light, and holds motion in calm, repeating arcs. A pull, a curve, a quiet, steady influence we have felt all along gravity. The vessel keeps drifting, and the longer you listen, the more you can sense it. There is a kind of guidance in the universe that never raises its voice. Nothing here needs to shout in order to be real. Paths are shaped without signs. Motion is directed without rails. Even in silence, everything seems to know where to go, simply because the universe has a gentle way of holding things in place. On Earth, gravity feels like something obvious. It pulls you down. It makes your feet heavy, your shoulders settle, your breath return to you after a long day. But out here, it feels less like pulling and more like shaping. As if space itself has a soft contour, like a quiet landscape you can't see, only follow. The vessel doesn't need engines to argue with it. It glides as though it's resting in that shape, drifting along the easiest curve. Around us, far away, worlds continue their slow routines. A moon circles a planet in a calm loop that will repeat for ages. A planet circles its star in an orbit so steady it feels like a lullaby, always returning, always familiar, never rushing. Even rings of ice and dust, scattered in delicate bands, move with patient consistency, each particle keeping its distance, each one following the same quiet rule. The universe doesn't demand perfection. It offers rhythm. As the vessel passes through deeper dark, starlight becomes sparse, then, suddenly, a little brighter again, as if we've entered a region where matter gathers more gently. And here, you can imagine gravity not as a hand that grabs, but as a presence that invites. Things drift closer because the curve is there, because the path is there, because over time, the universe prefers softness over scatter. Even light, which seems so free, quietly respects this shaping. It doesn't stop and it doesn't hesitate, but as it passes near something massive, its path can bend just enough to change what a distant observer sees. From far away, that bending can turn a single galaxy into a faint arc, or stretch a cluster into a soft smear of brightness, like a brushstroke drawn across the dark. It is one of the universe's quiet tricks, not an illusion meant to confuse, but a gentle reminder that space is not rigid. It can curve, it can guide, it can cradle even a beam of light. And somewhere beyond our view, inside the largest gatherings of galaxies, gravity holds whole communities together for billions of years. Galaxies circle within clusters, the way slow boats might circle in a harbor at night, never colliding, never hurrying, simply drifting along long arcs that take lifetimes to complete. If two galaxies eventually meet, it isn't a crash the way we imagine crashes. It is a gradual overlapping, a slow blending, as if two clouds are passing through one another in a windless sky. The change is real, but it arrives so gently that it barely feels like an event at all. There are places in the universe where gravity becomes deeper, where the curve steepens, where matter compresses into something dense and strange. You don't need to go close to those places tonight. You can let them remain at a comfortable distance, like mountains on a far horizon, real, powerful, and safely far away. From here, the vessel stays in the calmer lanes of space, where motion is smooth and predictable, where nothing suddenly changes its mind. And still, even at a distance, you can feel the idea settling in. Gravity is not only something that moves objects through space, it is something that holds the universe together like a quiet thread. It is the reason the web you sensed earlier has shape. It is the reason filaments form, clusters gather, and wide voids remain wide. Without gravity, everything would drift apart into formlessness. With it, the cosmos becomes a slow pattern, never fixed, always evolving, but always gently guided. Sometimes, when the universe shifts in a distant place, when massive objects move in their deep, patient dance, space itself can carry the faintest ripple outward. Not sound, not vibration in air, something subtler, a soft disturbance traveling through the fabric of space, spreading across darkness like a wave across a perfectly still lake. These ripples fade as they travel, becoming almost nothing by the time they reach faraway regions like ours. But the thought of them is calming. Even the most powerful motions can send their message without noise, without spectacle, just a quiet echo moving through the structure of existence. The vessel continues onward, steady and unbothered. And as you listen, you might notice your own thoughts doing what the universe does, slowing into smoother paths. Instead of scattering, they begin to orbit. Instead of rushing, they return gently. There is no need to force them to stop. You can let them drift until they naturally grow quieter, as if they, too, are following an invisible curve. Out here, gravity feels like reassurance. Not because it tightens its grip, but because it never needs to change. It holds without effort. It guides without attention. It keeps the universe from unraveling quietly, patiently, over unimaginable time. And in that steadiness, there is permission to soften, to unclench, to rest. As the vessel glides forward, something else begins to stand out, not a stronger light, not a closer star, but a faint presence that seems to belong to everything at once. A glow that isn't coming from a single place, but from the universe itself, like warmth remembered after a fire has gone out, like the last trace of a beginning still drifting through the dark. It is so soft, you could almost mistake it for nothing, but it is there. A quiet afterglow carried across billions of years, still arriving, still surrounding us, still whispering that the universe once began in light and heat before it learned this deep calm. The afterglow is not like starlight. It doesn't come from a single point, and it doesn't shine in a way your eyes could ever follow. It is softer than that, so soft that it feels less like a thing you see and more like a quiet presence you drift within. As if the universe is still carrying the faint warmth of its earliest memory, long after the moment itself has passed. The vessel moves forward, and the darkness around us remains calm. But now the calm has a texture, not a sound, not a breeze, just a sense that space is not blank, that something gentle is everywhere at once, stretched across every direction, filling the cosmos the way night fills a room when the lights have gone out, long before stars existed, long before galaxies formed. The universe was different. It was hotter, denser, brighter in a way we can't truly imagine from where we are now. In those first ages, light did not travel freely through open space, because space was not yet clear. Matter and energy were mixed together like fog and flame, and photons, tiny packets of light, were constantly being scattered, unable to go far before being turned back again. And then, slowly, the universe cooled. Not quickly, not suddenly, patiently. It expanded, and as it expanded, the hot haze thinned. The particles that once blocked the light began to settle into calmer forms, and for the first time, light could move freely across the cosmos. It streamed outward in every direction, leaving the early universe behind, like a quiet door closing without a sound. That ancient light is still traveling, still moving, still crossing distance, still arriving, but over billions of years, the universe has continued to expand, and as space stretches, the light stretches too. Its wavelengths lengthen, slowly pulled outward until it becomes far too gentle for human eyes to see. What was once blinding heat and brightness has softened into a faint, invisible glow, an afterglow that now belongs to the whole sky. Scientists call it the cosmic microwave background. A name that sounds technical, but the feeling of it is simple. The universe remembers. Not with words, not with stories, but with a quiet field of ancient light that surrounds us everywhere, like the last warmth lingering in a room after a fire has burned down to embers. The vessel drifts through the dark as if through an ocean of this memory. You cannot point to it, you cannot reach it, but if you could sense with something beyond sight, you might feel it as a gentle presence pressing evenly from all directions, so balanced, so calm, that it almost feels like nothing at all. And that is part of what makes it soothing. The oldest light in existence does not demand attention. It doesn't flash or flicker. It simply exists, steady and quiet, like a soft background hum, except there is no hum, because there is no sound, only the idea of steadiness. only the comfort of something ancient, still here, still arriving. If we could see this afterglow the way instruments do, we would find that it is almost perfectly smooth, almost the same in every direction, but not quite. There are tiny variations so small they feel like whispers rather than changes. Slight differences in temperature, slight differences in density from the earliest moments, preserved like ripples frozen into a vast, calm lake. Those small ripples mattered. Over billions of years, gravity pulled gently on those uneven places, gathering matter a little more here, a little less there, until the first stars ignited and the first galaxies formed. In a sense, everything you've heard about so far, stars, galaxies, the web, the long drifting filaments, grew from those delicate differences in the earliest light. Not from chaos, but from subtlety, and that idea can rest in your mind without effort. Because it means the universe did not need violence to become what it is. It needed time. It needed patience. It needed small beginnings allowed to unfold slowly without being rushed. The vessel continues onward, carried by that same patience. Past the place where familiar distances lose meaning, past the need to name what we're seeing. Here, it's enough to feel the scale of it. An afterglow older than any star, spread across the entire sky, gently surrounding you as you listen. On Earth, we grow used to thinking of background as something unimportant. But in space, the background can be the most ancient thing of all. The faintest light can carry the deepest history, and the quietest presence can hold the widest meaning. For a moment, you can imagine the afterglow as a kind of cosmic blanket. Not warm in a physical way, not comforting because it holds you tightly, but comforting because it is evenly there, unchanging, stable, and vast. It does not care if you are awake or asleep. It does not judge your thoughts. It does not ask anything from you. It simply continues, drifting alongside everything in existence. The vessel glides deeper into the night, and the afterglow remains with us. Not behind, not ahead, everywhere. A reminder that the universe has a beginning, even if it does not show us an end. A reminder that time has already carried everything through unimaginable changes, and still the cosmos feels calm. And as the story moves forward, the afterglow begins to feel less like a scientific idea and more like a mood. A softness in the darkness, a steadiness behind all motion, like standing outside late at night when the world is quiet enough that you can finally feel how large the sky is. Here, the mind doesn't need to work hard. It doesn't need to hold numbers or definitions. You can let the universe remain wide and gentle, and you can let your thoughts become the same, wide and gentle, drifting without urgency. Because in the presence of something this old, urgency begins to look small. A day is brief, a worry is brief, even a lifetime is brief, compared to a light that has been traveling since the earliest moments of creation. Yet nothing about that comparison needs to feel heavy. It can feel freeing. It can feel like permission to loosen your grip on the minute to minute and rest inside a bigger calm. The vessel continues drifting, steady and unbothered. The darkness remains deep. The afterglow remains soft, and somewhere in that softness, the sensation of movement begins to fade, not because we stop, but because the scale is too vast for motion to feel urgent anymore. With that ancient light all around us, there is one more quiet shift to notice something that changes not the path of the vessel, but the feeling of the moment itself. Because out here, in the deepest calm of space, even time begins to feel different. As our vessel drifts farther into the quiet, the sense of motion begins to fade. Distance no longer feels important, and even direction seems to lose meaning. Here, in the deep calm of space, time itself begins to feel different. On Earth, time appears steady and familiar. Seconds pass, hours follow, days repeat. We measure it with clocks and calendars, believing it flows the same way everywhere. In the universe, however, time is not so simple. Time can stretch, it can slow, and in some places it moves differently than we expect. According to Einstein's theory of relativity, time depends on motion and gravity. The faster an object moves, the slower time passes for it compared to something at rest. This effect is small in everyday life, but in space it becomes significant. Satellites orbiting Earth experience time slightly faster than clocks on the ground. Without constant correction, GPS systems would drift out of accuracy within minutes. Time is not fixed. It responds to the universe around it. Gravity also shapes time. Near massive objects, such as neutron stars or black holes, gravity becomes so intense that time slows dramatically. To an outside observer, clocks near these objects appear to tick more slowly. From within, however, time feels completely normal. Two observers can experience the same moment in entirely different ways. There is no universal now. Across the universe, every location carries its own version of time. Events that seem simultaneous from one perspective may not be simultaneous from another. This means the universe does not share a single present moment. Instead, it exists as countless overlapping timelines, all unfolding together. Yet, despite this complexity, time flows gently on cosmic scales. Stars age over billions of years. Galaxies evolve slowly. Entire civilizations rise and fall in what the universe experiences as a brief moment. Even the universe itself has a history. It began nearly 14 billion years ago in a state of extreme density and temperature. Since then, space has expanded, matter has cooled, and structure has gradually formed. Time has carried the universe from simplicity to complexity, from darkness to light, and still it continues onward. There is no known end point, only change, unfolding slowly, patiently. As our vessel floats in this timeless calm, the pressure of minutes and hours begins to loosen. There is no need to count seconds here, no need to measure progress. Time does not demand attention. It simply passes quietly alongside us. And in this vast universe, where billions of years feel like moments, it is enough to drift, breathe, and exist. And now, our journey gently slows. There's nothing more you need to listen to, nothing you need to follow. The vessel will continue drifting quietly through the night, carried by rain and distant stars. You can allow your thoughts to fade and rest as long as you need. We'll remain here with you, moving softly until sleep arrives.